January has been, so good to your girl. For today's video, I am going to be recapping everything I made for the month of January. So if that's something that you might be interested in, then please keep on watching. Hey Stitchers, your girl Kris here. Welcome if you're new, or welcome back if you're an OG to the channel. Now, if you don't know, my name is Kris, and I am completely obsessed with sewing. Now, for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a wrap up of everything I made in the month of January. Why didn't I wait until the end of January to film this video? Well, in true Kris fashion, I felt cute. I'm actually just coming back from the beach, you guys. I went to take photographs of the swimsuit that I'm wearing, which I'll tell you more about in just a second. And I came home and my makeup still looked on fleek. Well, at least in my opinion. And your girl is never one to waste a good makeup beat. So I figured may as well film my January round. Now, since I am partially wet, it means that I'm not going to be trying on the items of clothing for you in this video, but I am going to be sharing several twirls or pictures right here on the screen. And most, if not all of the items that I'm sharing with you guys today has its own independent video. So I'm going to be sure to link them all down below in the description box. So if you want more tea on any of the items that I'm sharing with you in today's video, then make sure you run on over to their individual videos. Now, since I'm wearing this swimsuit, I may as well talk to you guys about it first. Now, last night, which would have been Friday the 24th of January, my girl Diana and I went live over on Instagram, and we both decided we wanted to work on knit projects. Now, if you know any of us, or either of us, or both of us, then you already know that we are not knit girlies. We are both woven girlies at heart who are on a mission to unlock the mystery of sewing with knits. So we both did knit patterns. She went ahead and made a sweater because apparently it's freezing cold in Florida. And since it is hot right here in the Caribbean, I decided to make an Edgewater Frankie swimsuit, which is what I'm wearing right now. You guys, we had such an amazing time over on the live. And if by chance any of you joined in for that live, thank you, thank you, thank you. We were on live for 3.5 hours, you guys. My goodness, it really is true that time flies when you're having fun. We were sewing, we were talking, and before you knew it, 3.5 hours had just flown by. We were, however, very productive. Now, Diana almost finished her sweater. I think she only had some hemming to do. And I basically finished my swimsuit. I only had to go ahead and slip stitch a very tiny hole, not bigger than an inch, that I used to turn my swimsuit right side out. No, I have since completed my swimsuit and I actually went to the beach today to take photographs. So, of course, I'm going to be sharing with you some of them here and probably here and maybe some more right here because, guys, I was in my element. I felt cute AF. Seriously. And that doesn't happen very often when I'm wearing swimwear. I tend to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Concerned about the way my body looks in swimwear. And I don't want to offend anybody by saying so. It's not that I don't want to be body positive because I do. And I know that my body has been through a lot having 2 kids and a whole host of health issues. But sometimes I just don't feel my most confident self in a swimsuit because so much flesh is on display. That has changed, you guys, just a tad with this Edgewater Frankie. I love this swimsuit. And I felt like a goddess taking pictures, and I loved how my pictures turned out. So you guys are going to get them. Definitely gonna get them. Now, I made a size 12 in the Edgewater Frankie. I did a couple of adjustments, but I have already shared with you a full video of the second iteration, which is actually my first iteration of the Frankie swimsuit here on the channel. So head on over to this video if you want more details on the swimsuit. Needless to say, I love it. I love a black and white moment. Listen, as much as I love color, you guys, there is something so about black and white fabrics. I have a slight obsession. Not black, not white, but a black and white printed fabric will get me every single time. So I went ahead and used 2 black and white prints for this swimsuit. Now, I bought this fabric when I went to Antigua, you guys. I was actually on my way back from Barbados, took a pit stop in Antigua, and was able to grab a couple pieces of fabric. Now, I did share that entire haul here on the channel. You can check out this video right here for more details. But I use these swimsuiting fabrics to make another swimsuit, the Edgewater Athena swimsuit. I did share it here with you guys on the channel when I did my yearly roundup. But you guys, I don't feel as confident in that swimsuit. That one is prone to nip slips, and your girl is not here for that. This one, on the other hand, is much better. So I had some remnants left over and I decided to put them together to make up this Edgewater Frankie. So I did this marble print for the main side of the swimsuit. On the inside, I used a black and white polka dot fabric. And then for the ties, I actually used the zebra print fabric that I made my Simplicity 3010 with. Now, I had a very small piece of fabric left over. It was enough for me to get the ties cut out. And I was like, yep, print mixing at its best. Now, if you happen to want more details on the Simplicity 3010, then you can head on over to this video right here. I did make that one over in 2024, but you guys might just still be curious. Anyways, you guys, I'm just going to give you a quick sneak peek of this swimsuit in all its glory. And I really, really, really like it. Really like it. Now, I ended up making this iteration of the Edgewater Frankie after I already made the first iteration. So let me just grab it and then I can tell you more about that one. Right, you guys. So if you have been following along here on the channel, then you know that I'm hosting Fabric Roulette for 2025. Now, the idea behind Fabric Roulette is to go ahead and choose some fabrics from your stash, put them in a digital wheel. I'm using pickawheel.com. Spin the wheel at your convenience, and then whatever fabric it lands on, that's the fabric you have to sew up. Now, I have decided I want to do this project once every month for the next 12 months. You don't have to do 12 projects. You can decide to do it once a quarter. Maybe you can do 2 a month. It really just depends on your fabric stash and on your sewing schedule. Now, for my first pick for Fabric Roulette, I landed on a piece of swimsuiting fabric, you guys, and I was devastated. Absolutely devastated. Now, it was ironic because I was the one who chose the swimsuiting fabric. I was the one who added it to my wheel, but I just didn't think it would be my first project right out of the gate. Notwithstanding, I went head on into the challenge and decided to try out the Edgewater Frankie. Now, I have made some swimsuits before. I didn't particularly enjoy a couple of them, but I did enjoy making the Edgewater Athena, even though I didn't like the end result. So I figured, maybe I should experiment with another one of her patterns, and I did. So this is my first iteration of the Edgewater Frankie, made up in this gorgeous rainbow chevron fabric from Style Maker Fabrics. Again, there is already a full review of this swimsuit here on the channel, so if you want more information and you want to see more pics, then be sure to head on over to this video right here. Right, so we've got 2 swimsuits so far. What else did your girl make in January? Let me show you. So I am also participating in a second challenge this year, and it is the So Lucky Jar Challenge being hosted by my girl Diana of 26 by Diana. The idea behind that challenge is to go ahead and raid your pattern stash, choose patterns that you really, really have wanted to sew up, but for some reason have not, put them in a jar, and then pull a pattern and sew it up. You can do this as often as you like. Now, I have decided also to do it once every month. And for the month of January, I pulled out Simplicity 8014, which is this pattern right here. Now, you guys, I love that pattern. I actually made it 2 times before, way back in 2020, and always wanted to sew it up again. But for some reason, she just kept getting pushed back further and further and further in the line of waiting patterns. So I was really happy when I drew that pattern as my first pattern for So Lucky Jar 2025. Now there is a full video here on the channel. Listen, I probably shouldn't keep repeating that because I've already told you guys that most of these makes have videos. And I've already told you you can look for them down below in the description box. So going forward, I'm going to try to refrain from repeating myself. That being said, this is my Simplicity 8014. I made her up using a printed linen fabric that was gifted to me for Christmas, December 2024. You guys, this one did not even hit my fabric stash. It didn't get a chance to meet the other fabrics and have a chat about how long they have been waiting to get sewn up. This one was sewn up right out the gate and I love it. I really love my finished dress. I made, I think, view D, and I utilized the long sleeve pattern to make short sleeves, even though this pattern already has long sleeves. And if you're curious to know why, then go on and watch that video. Now, during January, I also sewed with a second gifted fabric. And this, you guys, is what I made. Meet Vogue 9265. You guys, this one almost didn't make the cut. This one was headed for failure. Thankfully, your girl was able to pull it back and rescue it, and I now have completed a finished dress. Now, this fabric is particularly special to me. It was gifted to me by my girl Carol of Korosi Sews over on Instagram, and I love everything about this fabric. I love that it kind of looks like an animal print. It almost gives like a zebra print kind of vibe. I love the colors of this fabric. It picks up on my Twilight Winter palette perfectly, you guys. And so I really, really tried my best to have a finished garment. Now, truth be told, if I were making this dress in fabric that I had bought for myself, it probably would not have gotten done because it was frustrating as hell sewing up this project. Thankfully, I was able to thug it out and push through, and I'm really, really happy with this finished dress. See? So, you guys, when I tell you January has been productive, you can tell for yourself that it actually has been productive. So, I have another make to share with you, and this one is McCall's 8003, but I hacked it from a blouse pattern into a dress. And you guys, this is probably my favorite make for January. If not my favorite, it comes very close to being my favorite. Now, I know for a fact that this dress is hubby's favorite because the reaction that I got from him when I put it on, it made me feel so proud of myself and this make. He was like, "Oh, that is so sexy. When can I carry you out on a date? That one fits you so nicely." He likes the fabric. Listen, he was showering your girl with compliments, and I was basking in the glow. I loved every moment of it. Now, for the 8003, I made it using this printed scuba, and I bought this one on a fabric haul in Antigua. Now, there was some upset over this fabric because I bought and paid for 3 yards of this fabric. By the time I got home and I measured my fabric, it was only 2 yards, you guys. So they shorted me an entire yard of fabric. Was I pissed? I was absolutely pissed. But of course, this was in an entirely different country. And so I was already home, and that meant I kind of just lost out on an entire yard. I figured though that I really love the fabric and I wanted to make the best use of the 2 yards that I had. So I banged out this baby, and when I was done, I added this flare section to the hemline. Now, in hindsight, I do think that I probably could have added a little bit more volume to the flare. I didn't want it to be too dramatic because this dress already has so much going on up top with the cutout and all of that. But I did want it to be just a tad bit more voluminous than it is. Notwithstanding, it doesn't take away from the fact that I really, really love this dress. So again, it's McCall's 8003, and I hacked it from a blouse into a dress. Now, the next item I want to show you was not made in January. Well, why am I even showing it to you? Well, it has not made an appearance here on the channel except for my yearly roundup. And I completed this make in January, so I figured she deserves a spot here on the channel. This one, you guys, is Vogue 9182. And I started making this, I want to say, in September or October last year. She was practically done except for the buttons. I did not have any buttons in my stash, and I could not find any that complemented this green fabric nicely. Now, thankfully, my girl Diana came to my rescue, and she sent me a care package in December, which I did not receive until January. And of course, I ran to the channel and shared all the information with you guys. And these buttons, focus. Is it focusing? Anyway, these buttons were in the button bag that she sent me, and I thought they were perfect for this dress. So I finally got to complete her, sewed on my buttons, and gave her a wearing. And I love, 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 love this dress. I think I'm actually gonna have to do a full review about this dress because I have so much to tell you about it. It is gorgeous. I love the fabric. I think it's super flattering on me. The silhouette is really, really nice on my rectangular body shape. I love her, but I'll spill more tea about her sometime soon right here on the channel. So if you're not yet subscribed, you guys, now might be a great time to hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on. Now, I do have another item to share with you, but I don't have it on hand, and that is because it's in the laundry. It is McCall's 7906, a zebra print, black and white fabric. Absolutely no surprise there. And like my Vogue 9182, I finished off this skirt in January. That one also needed buttons. And again, my girl Diana rescued me with some black buttons that was just perfect for that skirt. I'll go ahead and pop a twirl in right here so you can see that finished garment. And you guys, I love it. I wore her to work yesterday. That would have been Friday. And I got so many compliments on my outfit. I felt like $1,000,000. I was walking like $1,000,000. I was talking like $1,000,000. You guys, I loved it. Now, on a side note, I really, really love McCall 7906. It is one of my favorite patterns of all time. It is an amazing skirt pattern. It's very flattering on my body shape. It sews up beautifully. I just love it. Just a classic skirt, in my opinion. I have made her now 3 times, and I feel like I need to make her a couple more times for this year because I can easily rock her with so many different tops and I can wear her to work. So plus, 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 plus. Now, the last make I want to talk to you guys about is McCall's 8001. This one right here. And I finished this one in January. I actually started this make, was it on New Year's Eve? I think it might have been on New Year's Eve, and I planned to have it finished before the new year turned around. But some other things sort of just intervened, and I was not able to get it done. And I finished her off at the beginning of January. No, I made this one up using another gifted fabric that I had gotten for Christmas. So listen, I opened the fabric, I washed the fabric, I ironed the fabric, and I sewed the fabric. It really was just that quick. And I really, really like my finished blouse. I have already worn her twice already throughout the month, and I know she's going to get tons and tons more wear. But again, if you want more details, head to this video right here. All right, you guys, those are all of the things that I made or finished throughout the month of January. So I'm sure you would agree that your girl has been hella productive. Now, as I said, I still have 6 more days in January, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get something sewn up. I don't know what it is yet, but I am itching to get back to my sewing machine. That is my safe place. It is just so therapeutic for me. I really, really am glad that I discovered sewing. Thank you, God, for blessing me with the talent and the creativity and the drive to keep after the sewing game because it is everything, you guys. If you have a sewing machine that you got gifted for Christmas or you have had sitting down catching dust for years and years and years, then go ahead and open the bloody package and let your girl teach you how to sew. Now, that is all I have to share with you guys for today's video. So if you enjoyed this one, be sure to give me a thumbs up, drop me some comments down below, and let me know which of my January makes was your favorite. Are you into the swimwear? Did you like one of the dresses? Are you all about the blouse? Leave your comments down below and let us continue the conversation. All right, you guys, it's time for me to go and wash off all of the sand and the salt off my skin. And unfortunately, I have to take off my face. And I don't want to take her off because I still feel so cute. I cannot believe that I have been out all afternoon taking photos and been at the beach and my makeup still looks this fly. All right, you guys, until next time, stay calm, stay cool, stay safe, and thank you so, so much for watching. Peace.